7.5 million. That's how many illegals that have hit the border in the 3.5 years since Joe Dementia has been in office.
What the fuck? It's true.
Either running into the Border Patrol.
Bingo.
Being bussed over.
Bingo!
Or sneaking across at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's a bingo.
When asked, Representative Chip Roy out of Texas said who would have done a better job, DeSantis or Trump?
Well,
he said DeSantis. Why? Because he said his policy would have forced Biden's hand.
yes!
Interesting. I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this is What's Next. Hey, what's up, guys? Jazz Berganzo, What's Next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Tuesday. Of course, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. The border. One of Joe Dementia's greatest achievements. Allowing a record 7.5 million illegals to hit the border. To either run into the Border Patrol. How about you get on the bus and we'll take you over? Or, traditionally, sneaking across the border at 2 o'clock in the morning. But we have seen governors, like one, Ron DeSantis out of Florida, bus illegals to New York, to D.C. Same goes with Greg Abbott out of Texas. But of course, that is just basically punting the ball. You're just kicking the can down the road. When it comes to actual policy, what has actually been done? Virtually nothing. You have Mayorkas, the head of Homeland Security. He's a piece of shit. There was an opportunity to get rid of his dumbass, led by one Marjorie Taylor Greene. And of course, it got trashed in committee. Well, not even that, because it didn't make committee. You had, 20, 25 rhinos basically put the kibosh in to get rid of Mayorkas? Pathetic. Then we have those like Chip Roy. Representative Chip Roy, who has been a stalwart in Texas, fighting for everything from Second Amendment rights to protection of, to trying to, plug up the border as best he can through federal and state means. He was on a show the other night, and he was asked a simple question regarding the border. Who would have done better, Ron DeSantis or Donald Trump? He chose DeSantis. He said that there was a policy that was presented in 2018 that had two versions, a stronger and a weaker. Trump chose the weaker, and you know where DeSantis went. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Representative Chip Roy. DeSantis pushed for a bill that would have forced Biden's hand. Trump supported amnesty. And before we show the clip, let's read a little bit into it. On Monday's broadcast of Newsmax TV's Eric Boiling the Balance, Representative Chip Roy of Texas, who endorsed Governor Ron DeSantis in his 24 bid for presidential campaign, said that DeSantis sided with conservatives on the Galat 1 bill versus the Galat 2. While DeSantis was the 24 representative rival former President Donald Trump, tweeted out support for the amnesty watered-down security bill known as Galat 2. And if Congress had followed DeSantis' approach, we would actually have laws on the books that would have been forcing Biden's hand. Roy said, Trump did an excellent job of coming in and identifying all the problems. He was a man for 2016. He met the moment and demonstrating that the swamp was broken. He tried to deal with the border, worked with great people in administration like Mark Morgan and Tom Homan to take on the Democrats who didn't want to have the secure border. But I believe the man for 24 is Ron DeSantis. One, he's a friend, and two, has demonstrated a track record for securing the border and working to fight to do so. In 2018, unlike President Trump, he sided with conservatives on the Galat 1 bill versus Galat 2. It was President Trump who tweeted out support for an amnesty watered-down security bill known as Galat 2. Had we united in 2018, following DeSantis' lead, when he was a member of Congress, we would have actually had the laws on the books now that would have forced Biden's hand. Governor DeSantis sent troops to the border to help Texas. He has passed laws in Florida to deal with making sure that migrants are kicked out of Florida if they're breaking the laws and put in jail. They can't get IDs. But let's hear what Chip has to say.
Join me now is Texas Congressman Chip Roy. Congressman, good to have you, my friend. I couldn't understand what he was talking. He mixed up Taylor Swift and Britney Spears and mentioned something about turkeys coming. It's incredible.
Speaking of Joe Dementia.
It's time to move on from Joe Biden.
Can't guess that.
Who's the right choice on the right?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. And I couldn't agree with you more in terms of the need to move on. Our country cannot continue to take and sustain the body blows that is being inflicted upon the American people and our way of life by this administration. Everything we face right now is an existential threat. The massive amount of spending driving up inflation, the $2 trillion deficits, the $34 trillion in debt, what we're seeing happen right now, engaging in endless conflicts around the world, empowering the Internal Revenue Service, empowering the Department of Justice against our own citizens, and importantly, as you rightly focus on tonight, our border. As a Texan, it is absolutely unforgivable what is happening to our ranchers, our people, our children dying from fentanyl, and it's all on the watch of this president.
Well said. He goes on a little bit longer. Of course, he talks about the one bill and two bill. My thoughts. Not surprising that Chip Roy would side with DeSantis. DeSantis has been a total savage over the last 3 to 4 years. Especially, of course, now he's in year 5 of his governance in Florida. He has battled everything from, I mean, not battled everything, but he's fought Disney. He's basically created bills by executive order to give parents more leeway when it comes to how their children are educated, when it comes to prison reform. Recently, for those who missed it, he was able to get 700 Americans out of Israel. Of course, they are in a full-on scale war with Hamas, out of there and flown to Florida after the feds, led by one Joe Dementia, said, yeah, we're not going to be able to do that. You know, DeSantis basically told Biden to go himself and sent planes over there and got them home. God bless him for that. But when DeSantis was congressman, he basically supported the Galat 1 bill, which of course would have increased security, more monies, especially when it comes to the Border Patrol. I don't know if the wall was part of that, but it was a stronger bill that would have, as Chip said, would have forced Biden's hand. Now, of course, Trump supported the Galat 2 bill by tweeting out his support for a watered-down amnesty. That's not working. You can't, excuse me, you can't do amnesty. You can't. We have roughly 50 million illegals in this country. 50 million. I'm sure it's more. Everybody likes to stick on that 11 million nonsense, but no, it's over 50 million. But look at the last 3.5 years. 7.5 million illegals have hit this country. This country cannot sustain it. From a financial standpoint, cannot sustain it. From a social standpoint, cannot sustain it. You got states who are running on empty right now. California and Texas will soon be. They are sucking off the teat of the state, off the taxpayers, citizens of those respective states, and us as a country. I have nothing against for those who want to make a better life for themselves. So for those who want to say, well, you know what, it's it's about the children. It's all about the children. Really? How many grown-ass adult males have been caught at the border? Not one child among them. Not one female among them. But who cares about facts? It's all about the feelings. So sadly, this is where we're at. And we still got another year to deal with this nonsense before either Trump, depending on how the indictments go and charges, or Governor Ron DeSantis. One of the two is going to win. I have no doubt in my mind that Biden is going down in flames. I don't care about the polls. Basically, the facts are on the table. They're right there for everyone to see how bad of a situation this country is in, and we severely need to do better. And with that said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. And we'll see you later. Peace.